Hey guys, I told you guys I would keep you updated through this process of moving to Europe, Germany to be specifically, and that's what I'm here to do. Another video updating you guys, telling you how I feel and how my perspective has changed going from living to Florida to Berlin, Germany. And so let me tell you guys some things. It's been 2 months now that I have been in Europe. And in those 2 months, my mind is so set on thinking I couldn't imagine myself ever living in America again. And that's kind of the main point of how I'm feeling right now. I even had a dream a few days ago that it was this dream where, in my dream, I was back in Florida, and I just remember, it was like I couldn't leave Florida. I had to live there for longer, and I was like, fuck, no. And so, let me just tell you guys how I feel. 2 months into just randomly packing up, leaving America, saying, fuck this country is not what it used to be. I am gone. I am not a part of this bullshit, this corruption, this unhealthy lifestyle, this bad culture. I am not taking part of it anymore. And I'm moving back to Germany. Just for a quick insight, I lived here 10, 11 years ago when I was about 12, 13. So I really didn't know too much coming back, but I had lived here before. And I had a way in. My dad lives in France, so I started off the first month and a half there. And with that opportunity, it was perfect for me to leave America. Now, my perspective, I want to start with my perspective on society, things, the way you think. Living in America, the way you think, it is very toxic, and it's very influenced by social media, by politics, by, what you hear all the time. And what you hear in America constantly is hateful rhetoric towards one side or towards the other side. All you see on social media are fights, stabbings, shootings. It is a factory of hate. And with that hate, the people that live there and consume it, they begin to have a strong outlook on certain things. And that was me. I had a strong outlook on a lot of things, such as, immigration, such as politics, right, left, all of these things. And it didn't ever get to a point where it made me dislike someone just by looking at them, but it did plant little seeds in my brain where if I did look at someone, I would at least think something that isn't really valid at all. I don't know this person. And living in Europe now, something that I tell myself is, we are all just humans. Majority of all the people you see around you, we are just trying to make it. We are just trying to find our way in life and create something great for ourselves. And so all the hate, all the discrimination, all the shit that really doesn't matter, that you only see on social media, that you only see on, political platforms, that does not exist in the real world 98% of the time. So for that to consume you so much when it's not even the real reality most of the time, that's how it feels like to live in America. And I've become a lot more compassionate towards others living in Europe. All the thoughts that you get, they kind of just go away, and you just become more understanding of maybe this person looks weird, dresses weird, this and that. I don't know their life. I don't know what they've been through. So why judge them? There's no need to. I'm living my own life. They live their own life. Why think about it even more? And I've met so many cool people here that I was like, that if I was still living in America, I'd be like, I would not talk to that person. That person doesn't really interest me. Why would I take the time to get to know them? And that mindset has polluted many people's brains, but I don't feel that way anymore. And so to have that peace in my mind feels very, very good. Now I want to talk about a big reason why I left America. I started to see really in depth that the country I lived in would rather have me in a hospital sick on medication than healthy, active, fit, jogging, bicycling around, being in nature, being happy, being healthy. And once you realize that, America doesn't care about you, would rather have you sick to take your money, for me personally, that just hits pretty deep, and it just makes me think I can't be a part of that anymore. It's just, there's no way I can be a part of a country that wants to harm me. Living in Germany now, there are so many ways that they help you, whether it's finding a job, whether it's finding a career. They will pay for a career, they will help you. They actually care, they'll have events. They prioritize healthy foods. They don't poison your food like they do in America. All the chemicals, all the ingredients that cause diabetes, cancer, they don't allow that in Europe, in Germany specifically. And it just shows that they care. And so once you live in a place where you feel like they actually care, and it's not just superficial, oh yeah, how are you doing? Oh yeah, well, it makes you feel happier, it makes you feel more comfortable and at home. I never really felt at home in America because it's just full of lies. It's just full of lies and the fast life. The only people that really have a good chance in America are the very wealthy. That's the only people who can really make it. The old motto of, work, and you'll get somewhere, the American dream, that has changed so much. And now the philosophy is, you can work as hard as you want, but if the boss has a son or a daughter, that job's going to them whether they did anything or not. And to slave away in this mindset in America where all you do is slave, work 2-3 jobs to pay $1,800 for a 1-bedroom apartment that's tiny, it's not the way to go anymore. It is not. And a lot of young people in America my age, they get stuck in it. I've talked to too many of them, and I feel bad because they don't understand what living is anymore. They just work to afford their place, their food. Everything is so expensive in America. The amount of good quality groceries I've gotten here, you can feel safe eating these things and drinking these, sodas don't have corn syrup in it. I mean, it's just, the simple things really go a long way. And so seeing the difference from living in America the past 10 years to living here for 2 months, I'm not going back. I don't see a reason to go back. Society here in Europe, it's so much more welcoming. People are just living their lives like no worries, like we understand that it's just life. We're gonna make the most out of it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But in America, if it doesn't work, they're either gonna start pulling out a gun, a knife, or they're gonna start hating other people. It's just, they take life just way too serious, and it's not a friendly environment. A big thing I've noticed while just being around and where I live is the kids. They are so much happier, and they're actually still outdoors playing football, playing with their friends, riding bikes. It's not like in America where you don't even see kids in your neighborhood anymore. Kids in America, they don't even know what nature is. They don't even know what riding a bicycle is anymore. They just play their video games, get on their social media, pollute their brains with crap that they see, and it's not a good place to grow up. And that's why I always said I would never raise my child in America. It is not nice. And here you walk around, kids are playing around everywhere. Kids are in tree houses. Kids are just being silly, being children still. And I feel like in America that's getting away. It's not really how it used to be, where kids would be riding their bikes in the neighborhood, And it's nice to see that in Europe there's still that kind of stuff happening. The mental damage that America does to you is probably the worst part of living in America. Me personally, when I was living there, mentally you feel like you're enslaved. You feel like you can't go anywhere. Even though it's the land of the free, you're not free at all. Your mind is just so polluted. You have to worry about so many things. You wake up and it's just like this cloud of just like everyone is out to get you. The police is out to get you. The court system is out to get you. The government is out to get you. Everything just, once you understand, maybe the problem is understanding, but once you understand and realize, that's when the mental anguish begins, and it's like there's no way out. Even though you're free, you're really not, because mentally you have to worry about what they're putting in your water, worry about what they're putting in your food, worry about all these debts that you collect through living in America, prices, everything is just bearing down on you. And it creates this really tight feeling in your mind. And I lived there past my time. I knew 3 years ago I shouldn't really be here anymore. But also when you live in America, you begin to think that's the only place you can live. Because that's how people think there, that America is the best, the only place to have a great life. But it's not, and I promise you that if you get rid of that mindset and just take a step out of that and come on the other side where I am, and you get that chance to do that, you have the opportunity to leave, you should do it. You really, really should. Because if you don't try, life will always be the same. And the same is worse than trying something new and not succeeding right away. So that's how I feel 2 months in. Maybe some of you need to hear this to figure out your own situation. And yeah, I'm glad I left, and I'm having a very, very nice, quality, healthy life in Germany.